What's good, family? Smash the like button and subscribe. So, your boy the YB has some exclusive, proprietarily leaked info, fresh out the horse's mouth. Anthony, the wig splitter, Joshua, and Tyson Fury have allegedly signed the fight. Now, at first glance, I thought, but obviously, as I read into it, this is arguably even fishier than it was before. Meaning, it was fishy before I read this because Fury is saying it's nowhere near being done. Now I've actually heard the announcement. This, to me, looks like possibly a bit of a strategy from Team AJ. Anyway, let me give you the quotes, and then we'll give you YB's 190 IQ analysis. So, first things first, Hearn made these comments on Sky, and the title reads, Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury sign deal ahead of undisputed world championship title fight. And his exact quotes are the following. Joshua's promoter, Hearn, told Sky Sports, in quotes, all parties have now put pen to paper, and we will be working hard over the next few weeks to confirm the site and date for the biggest fight in boxing. So now you think to yourself, okay, so you've signed. Now, I can't lie, I'm not some contractual expert. Although I am a deep insider on this particular occasion, I'm not 1,000,000% sure about contracts, but in my mind, when you sign something, if they haven't agreed on where it's going to be and everything else, because let's not forget, one of the main things here has been the whole venue. The venue's where the money comes from, is it not? Joshua's site fee in Saudi, that was the big thing. Oh, the Saudis are putting up 100 million. So I'm thinking to myself, you've signed the fight, but we don't know who the backer is yet, essentially. Now, we understand there's obviously pay-per-view and whatnot, but still, the site fee's the big thing, especially in the times of C19, when we can't have as many fans. That's what the whole stuff's been about. We had Tyson Fury and John Fury saying, UK, not putting the money up. We'll go anywhere. We want the money. So John Fury and Tyson Fury bang on about, the UK fans don't want to put their hands in their pocket. We'll go anywhere. We need $1 billion each. All that kind of business. So we know money's a problem for Fury. Fury, in his latest interview, saying, I need a whole load of money in my hand first before I do anything. So we've got Eddie Hearn saying it's signed, but also in the same breath saying, it's signed, but in the next few weeks we're going to work hard to get a venue and a date. Bearing in mind, Fury's really out of shape, like I'm talking seriously out of shape. The date thing, never mind him not in shape. He doesn't seem like he wants to commit to it. So we've got all these factors knocking around the place. And in my mind, I'm kind of like, I can't work it out. Is it signed or not? Well, we don't have a date and we don't have a venue. If you don't have a date and Fury's out of shape, and the rumours are June, so what? That's like 3 months away. There's no way Fury's getting in shape in 3 months, from what I've seen of him on his own Instagram. He looks bulbous. He looks about 40 pounds overweight. And I've got another video coming soon, straight after this, and Tyson Fury's actually reacted to the comments that the fight's signed. So, and I'm telling you, I won't go into it now, but I'm telling you, it's not a good look. He's basically saying, I'm hearing things that it's been signed. I don't know what they're talking about. I'm not even training at the moment. So anyway, that's for another video. But the point is, as I started this video off, in my opinion, this looks like a strategic move from Team AJ. YB, what do you mean a strategic move? Well, I'm glad you asked. We know Team AJ and Eddie Hearn have been approaching this situation very moistly. We know they've been trying to lubricate and massage the event along. Meaning, he hasn't been smoky. Bearing in mind how the Deontay Wilder one ended up, when Eddie Hearn was talking in the public and calling a spade and outing Deontay Wilder for having no balls and losing his pen, etc, etc. We know Eddie Hearn's adopted a different approach. He's trying to be really moist and really nice. So Eddie Hearn can't come out and say, like he normally would, listen, we think Fury and Team Fury got cold feet. So instead, potentially a smart move is, come out, say it's been signed, and that puts all the pressure then, doesn't it? If Eddie Hearn's come out and said, "Oh, both sides have signed," and like I said, Fury's come out minutes later and said, "Nothing's been signed. I'm here. Everyone seems to tell me it's been signed. I'm the only one who doesn't know." So he's saying it hasn't. So that tells me that this is potentially some sort of strategy. Team AJ come out, "Oh, it's been signed," and now that puts all the pressure on Team Fury. If they now come out and say, "Oh, well, it's not been signed," what do you mean it hasn't been signed? Do you want it or not? Do you see what I'm trying to say? That almost officializes, do you want it or not? Because if Eddie Hearn's saying it's been signed and you're saying it hasn't, why has it not been signed? Because you don't want it. That's what I'm thinking in my mind. Given all the information, given the fact that Hearn himself says we haven't got a venue and we haven't got a date, they're like the two main things. Especially in these times when people aren't necessarily fit and in camp. The date and venue is more or less all that matters. When you think about the terms, like they're really important things. What if Fury doesn't want to fight in some random? Fury's already said he's not fighting in the UK anymore. So you know what I mean? And potentially the UK's a pretty big option, you'd have thought. So that's what I'm thinking in my mind. And to back this up with some more credence, I'm going to take you on to some of the other comments from Top Rank. We're going to cover Tyson Fury's comments in its own right, in its own video, but these Top Rank comments are also what led me to this kind of conclusion that Team AJ are potentially coming out with this signing to put themselves in a better strategic position and to almost corner Team Fury into making the fight. Now, listen, if a man doesn't want to fight, this kind of move isn't going to make him fight, but what it does do is make AJ look in a better position, or makes it clear to the public what's going on. Eddie Hearn's told us it's done. Men have put pen to paper. If for some reason it doesn't end up turning out, we know it can't be AJ's side. Does that make sense? Who's the team who wanted to get it done and who are saying it's done? So for whatever reason, if this doesn't happen, it at least implies it was the other side, Fury. Because Eddie, for example, let's say it doesn't happen and people say, "Oh, Eddie Hearn, it was you." He can say, "Oh, what do you mean it was me? I told you it was signed. Our side is done. And I was told that Fury had signed too," kind of thing. Anyway, this is the quotes from Top Rank. They said the following. Yeah, so Eddie Hearn said, let me read out Eddie Hearn's comments. Eddie Hearn said, "We'd like to get the site deal confirmed in the next month. The hard part is always getting everybody to put pen to paper, but this was a major effort from all parties to get this over the line. You had rival promoters, rival networks, and rival fighters, but now it's all done." Top Rank now comment and say the following. And this is what I'm trying to say. It's really weird. So yeah. So that's what Eddie Hearn's saying, it's all done and the hard part's normally getting everyone to put pen to paper. Top Rank have replied, in the same article, by the way, from ESPN, leaked, this is all coming from YB's deep inside source, yeah? This is from Top Rank, from one of YB's Top Rank rats, yeah? Check this out. They said the following. "It's pending. Finding a site and date that's acceptable to both fight camps. We have 30 days from the signing or the deal could go away." So, let me read that one more time to you. A Top Rank source said, "It's pending. Finding a site and a date that's acceptable to both fight camps. We have 30 days from the signing or the deal could go away." So again, Eddie Hearn saying, "Oh, it's all done and the hard part's over. Normally this is the hard part, getting everyone to put pen to paper, but it's all done." Top Rank saying, "It's pending." That's the first thing they said. It's pending. For me, in my mind, sign for me, yeah, means it's done. Like, there ain't no, "Oh, we've got to do the two hardest parts in history, which is getting a date, agreeing on a date, and agreeing on a venue, and agreeing on a site fee." Like, if you haven't got the site fee locked in, what have you got? Because that's another thing. The other key part of contracts, in my opinion, is the amount. How much you're getting paid. Well, they can't know how much each fighter's getting paid, or even have a good estimate, if you haven't got the site done yet. Because we don't know whether it's the Saudis paying 200 million or the American. You know what I mean? We don't know. So if we don't know the site fee, we don't know squat. And that's what Top Rank's saying. It's pending. They're not saying it's done and we're all locked in. It's pending. Finding a site and a date that's acceptable to both fighters. So if you've got to find a date in a venue, and you're saying it's pending, so what part's done then? Think about it. And Eddie Hearn hasn't specified. So what part is done? If you haven't got the venue, if you haven't got the date, what have you got? Maybe it's some sort of, I don't know, some preliminary agreement, but that's not what you're right. Oh, in my opinion, you wouldn't write home about that, would you? Unless there's something more to it. And we know Eddie Hearn's been under pressure to give the fans something. We want to know, what's the update on this? This to me looks like one of them ones. Another one. Oh yeah, well it's signed now. It's like trying to make it look like it's moving forward, when it's not, because the other side's lagging. Eddie Hearn really wants to come out and say, Fury's lost his pen. But at that point, we know what happens there. Eddie Hearn, he's too rude. Oh, I'm not fighting Anthony Joshua. Oh yes, he's too rude. Oh, like Wilder said. Oh, Maynard, he called me a hillbilly. So, that's from Eddie Hearn's point of view. He can't call a spade a spade. He can't tell you what's really going on. He has to play this weird, goofy, behind-the-scenes games. Oh yeah, great, it's signed. If it doesn't happen, well, you know what happened there then? It wasn't us. We was all telling you it was done and all locked in. Top Rank themselves, never mind what Fury's saying. Top Rank is pending. We need to find a site. Oh, and by the way, they slip in this at the end as well. Oh, and by the way, we only have 30 days, or the deal could go away. So that, again, we only, think about what you're hearing from Eddie Hearn's side. From Eddie Hearn's side, you're not hearing, we've only got 30 days. So clearly, it does, to be fair, it does imply something has been signed. Because Top Rank's saying, we have 30 days from the signing, or the deal could go away. So something, I don't know what it is, some sort of preliminary BS been signed. But then they've already put it in your mind. Just think about, in terms of language, think about the language Hearn's using. Hearn's saying, we've done the hardest part. The hardest part's been done now. Top Rank are saying, it's pending. We've still got to find a site and a date that's acceptable to both parties. Oh, and by the way, we only have 30 days and all the deal could go away. Completely different ends of the spectrum here. Top Rank know the man they've got. They know Fury, and like I said, Fury's responded to this already and said, everyone seems to be telling me, everyone knows more than me about this fight. Everyone's telling me it's signed, apparently. I don't know anything. I'm not even training at the moment. I sent him home. That's what Fury's saying. Now, it could be in jest, but I don't know, man. Where was all the jest in the Wilder fight? Where was all the jest in the Klitschko fight? Both of them fights, Fury was all over it. There weren't no jest. There weren't no, I don't know, I'm not training. He wanted it badly. And that's how you can expose people. How do they normally behave in big fights? Yes, the AJ fight's bigger, but it shouldn't change your behaviour this much. Not Fury was begging to get in there with Vlad. Begging to prove himself. Fury's breaking down right in front of everyone right now. It's not a good look. Your team and everyone else is saying it's signed, and you're acting, it's not signed. I've sent all my training team home. I don't want to do it, and I want to go on holiday. I swear down. Fury said, in response to these news article that it's been signed, Fury said, I'm stressed and I'm overworked. I need some time to rest. That's what he's, I swear down, we're going to cover it in the next video. That's what he said though, just so you man know now quickly. That's what he's been saying. This man is, I told you a couple of days ago, he's breaking down in front of us. Mentally breaking down. I'm not glorifying it, I'm just calling a spade here. And I wouldn't mind, but be honest. Come out and say, listen, fans, for years I've talked a good game, and the chickens have come home to roost. I've realised all that talk and all that weightlifter stuff, it was funny at the time when it was years away and I was retired. Yeah? And I could swan around the place talking about how I'm lineal. Oh yes. And all that kind of stuff when you're retired at £400. Now, you've got a whole lot of fans backing you and everyone's expecting you to do the business. You ain't really feeling it so much. Just, you know what I'm saying? Be honest with the people, and I'm sure, don't get me wrong, all the bandwagon dons will abandon you, but you'll get respect from real people. I'll come out, I'll say, fair enough, Fury, you know what, we can work with that, I can respect that. But trying to, I'm not trying, I've been drinking 10 cans every day instead, it's just sad to watch. Because it's obvious what's going on. People think, he's having Fury's having a laugh. This isn't funny. It's not funny. You should be telling us what you're going to do in there, and how your part's been signed already. That's what Fury would normally be saying, by the way. There wouldn't be this back and forth. I don't know what contract he's talking about. He'd be saying, I've signed mine. AJ, have you lost your pen? That's how Fury normally approaches it. I'm pretty sure something similar happened in the Vlad fight. Vlad was the one who was a little bit slower, and Fury was saying, "Oh, yep, we've sent all our parts off. I think Vlad's lost his pen." Same as the David Haye situation. Fury was all over that, all over it, rock hard for it. He was, and that's probably the key fight that really brought me into Fury at the time. I was a Fury fanboy going into that Haye fight. That's one of my favourite fight builds up in ever, if the truth be known. I love that. I love the idea of that. But I'm not feeling that same energy. Even the Wilder rematch, I felt, you saw my videos I did. I was riding the Fury bandwagon hard. You can feel it. And this ain't, wherever that was there, it ain't there now. And it's not just because, oh, well, YB, you and AJ. No, I'm calling a spade here. There's fundamental and structural differences going on now. Psychologically speaking, this man is shook to bits. And that's not me being hyperbolous, yeah? Throw some big words in there and that. That's not me trying to, you know what I'm saying? Be goofy or catch a joke about it. I'm just being deadly serious. And it's not even just me. There's another Don, some body language Don, who came out and said that, and he was unbiased. He was, if anything, a Fury fan, and he said that Fury, I ain't getting the same. Fury, in terms of body language, he don't want no parts of AJ. And we're seeing that in the human flesh right now. Anyway, part 2's coming. Fury's response. And your boy will be back. Obviously, hit the like and subscribe.